It's time to be liberated from the chaos of working in your business and live out your business on purpose. Scott Beebe, your host of the Business on Purpose podcast. Fascinating statistic that I heard just the other day from one of our clients who recently went to a conference. And here was the quote, the statistic they heard at the conference. If you multitask, your IQ decreases by 10 points. If you smoke marijuana, your IQ only decreases by 4 points. Am I advocating smoking marijuana? Absolutely not. Am I fascinated by the fact that we think that multitasking is a superhuman attribute, when in reality, data tells us constantly, continually, over and over and over and over and over again, that, as Gary Keller said, founder of Keller Williams, multitasking is a lie. Multitasking is a lie. So get this, if you multitask and you brag about multitasking, which I've done before, I mean, we all do, right? We all say, yeah, I can do this. And even if we don't say it, we do it, because when we're on a video call, we open multiple tabs. When we're in a meeting, we put our phone in front of us like we can read it while we're having a conversation, right? So even though we don't say we multitask, or we say we're good at multitasking, we still do the multitasking. And so here's what Gary Keller said, and I think is great. He said, multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. Multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. Actually, it was in Gary Keller's book. It's a quote by a guy named Steve Uzel, I think is his name. I don't know how to pronounce that. But anyway, multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. But he did say that multitasking is a lie. And an author with the last name Nass said that multitaskers are just lousy at everything. The ancient philosopher Publius Syrus, to do two things at once is to do neither. To do two things at once is to do neither. So instead of multitasking and instead of smoking marijuana, which I hope you won't, and by the way, if you just heard that statement, please listen to the whole podcast so you don't take that out of context. But to just multitask. I don't want us to multitask. Instead, what I want us to do is make a strategic decision, a thoughtful decision, that I'm going to turn the notifications off. Email, I've heard it said over and over and over again, is someone else's agenda for your day. Email is someone else's agenda for your day. So instead of being beholden by the notifications of the email or the text messages or the Voxer or message or whatever, what I want to encourage you to do very simply is to turn off the notifications, create a non-negotiable weekly schedule, and in that weekly schedule, create blocks of time to follow up with email, to follow up with text. I've turned the notifications off of my email on my phone. I've turned the notifications off my text off my phone. And so when my phone is in lock mode, my texts do not pop up. My email does not pop up. The only thing that pops up are calendar entries, just as a reminder. To do two things at once is to do neither. When you multitask, your IQ drops 10%. When we're leading businesses, we need to be at our best. We don't need to be fragmented. We don't need to be a double-minded man, because what Jesus says is he's unstable in all of his ways. Let's not be double-minded. Let's not multitask. Let's give other people the courtesy of being singularly focused on one thing. And when you do that, the service that you begin to render, to give to other people, is going to be powerful. The service that you give to other people is going to be thoughtful, intentional, mindful. Multitasking is merely the opportunity to screw up more than one thing at a time. Don't be unstable in all your ways. Don't be a double-minded person. Be singularly focused. Wherever you're at, as they say, be all there. If you need clarity to have singularity in your focus, go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision, and you can download our entire vision tutorial and template and get clarity right now. mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision. See you next time on the Business on Purpose podcast.